Jesus. Good morning, good evening, or good night to lovely people watching. Masking. When you come home from work, you come home from school, or you come from home from social gatherings, the mask falls off. The mask, what do you mean? A fake version of yourself. When you're at work, you're basically presenting yourself with positive reinforcement happy all day time, right? Because you're being paid to do that, because you're working in customer service or something else. And you need to be polite, you need to be happy, and you need to swallow your anger and pretend that life is jolly. When you come home or you're hanging out with your close friends, that mask falls off. Then you can be comfortable and be yourself, and your shoulders are now relaxed, and you can finally sit down, have a cold beer with them, or whatever's going on. But how do you create friends that actually like you for who you are when the mask is gone? When the fake version of you is non-existent anymore? That's very easy. Number one, when you're meeting new people, you gotta stop thinking. You gotta stop actual thinking. I once had a friend. Still have him. Do you know how I met him? Is that I actually took initiative. Is that I read the room. I liked him specifically. I didn't care about anyone else. I just got eye contact with him. I went over and I slammed my hand out and I said, "Hi, name's Kyle. I just loved your vibe." Bam! Just like that, after that moment, we've been friends since that moment. Ta-da! I didn't have to think. I didn't have to really have any sort of script. That it's not like a YouTube video. I just presented myself for who I was. I read him, I got eye contact with him. His clothes were just baggy clothes. He didn't give a shit about other people's perspective, just like I do. So I just went over, introduced myself, bam, we're friends. Number two, your cup of tea. Basically, that implies that, imagine your friend, right? Your best friend, your close friend. You're eating a Snickers and he's eating a banana. You're drinking a Monster and he's drinking water. Who cares? You guys are basically best friends and your friendship are intertwined. Like in a spiritual way of like if you're brothers. You don't care what he eats. You don't care what he drinks. Same vice versa. But if you were hanging out at a social gathering and there's a specific person you know looking disgusted at you because you're drinking a specific Monster, well, fuck that person and fuck their goddamn opinions on you, because then you're not your friends. And I don't want them to be my friends anyway, because you're looking up and down me like I'm a fucking goddamn monkey. When you're going to introduce yourself to someone, you're going to speak to someone, or you're going to select your friends. Very easy. Okay, I'm a nerd. Okay, I need a new specific friend. Not that it's like a mission or anything, but I haven't had a friend in a while that likes Lego Star Wars. Cool. Not too long, it's coming up in an event in the city beside, and basically a bunch of nerds are going to be gathering. Nerds like Lego Star Wars. Cool. I'll save up, I'll wait until that day, and I'll travel over there. And I'll meet a few people, I'll introduce myself, I'll exchange information, and most likely meet a friend. Bam, just like that. Your cup of tea, your friend selection, is yours to select yourself. What you need to understand, number three, people's opinions on you and who you're friends with, fuck their opinion. Because if you're hanging out with Jack, because you've known him since forever, right? He hasn't changed, you've changed, but the friendship is the same. Cool. Continue having friendship with him. Even if some people don't approve of it, your family doesn't approve of it. Their opinion doesn't really matter because it's insignificant for your values. Because it's your choice. I chose to be friends with him because I like him. And whenever I speak about a certain individual, just like, oh, I was hanging out with that sort of person. You were hanging out with him? I heard that he did this and this. That it just informs me that, great, you're living off on drama. I mean, you can't even mind your own fucking business. Because this conversations like that just tells me that I don't want to tell you what I do in my spare time or who I hang out with because you're judging me for making choices. Bye-bye! Last thing I'd like to say about basically making friends. When you have a social group or you have top 5 close friends or in general you have good friends or good relations with people, if there's someone you dislike or someone every single time you come home from hanging out with them and you feel drained and exhausted, like masking all the time, bye-bye, remove them. There is no point holding on to a friendship or being in a relationship for that sake if it's toxic, draining you, or just a waste of time. Quit holding on to things that are basically holding you back. Let it go. It is time to grow up and move on. You'll always meet someone new. There's plenty of fish in the sea. What if this person, who cares? If this person starts to create a story behind your back, that is their choice. The friends that I have that are close to me, they know me for who I am. They've met me good days, bad days. They've seen me ask. They've seen me beg. They've seen me be an idiot. They don't budge. They don't judge. They move on forward with me. But I remember very well when I was in that low period, or basically if we go 5 years back when I was a fucking idiot and I was playing on Discord with friends on specific video games, the only thing that brought us together, do you know what that was? A single-handed video game. And when I didn't pull my weight and I wasn't good enough, I was being yelled at and being called racial slurs and whatever in the mic of the Discord chat. And I didn't feel pleasant. That wasn't friends. That was just people, teammates, playing alongside you. They didn't want you to grow. They just wanted you to be better or at their level. They didn't want you to exceed them, however. That is the last part of this video. That is the most important. Your friends, your closest friends, and your family want to see you grow. My gym bro hates legs. I love legs. He loves the upper body. I hate upper body. When I'm doing well in legs, he dabs me up and says, "You got nice legs." When he skips legs, I tell him he's a fucking bitch and he's a chicken legs. Whenever we're training upper chest and my chest is popping out and his chest is popping out, bro, you're starting to get bigger tits than your goddamn girlfriend. Brutal honesty. No filter, no nothing, no matter how loud I am. Authentic himself. Understand this. When you're creating friends, no matter what Andrew Tate says, no matter what Nikola Tesla has said, no matter what Einstein has said, no matter what kind of psychologist has ever told you, remember you need to have your own true values, your own sort of friends that you like and you want to grow alongside with until you grow old. If there are people out there that don't like your selection of friends, bye-bye. You don't need to please every single person out there. You don't need to please your boss 24/7. When I got a spine, I was basically saying yes to cover every sort of shift for people overall because I want to be liked for who I am and I want to be liked, right? It was draining. I was masking all the time and I was masking so much that my energy inside, when I start to say no to cover other people's shifts and people start to know that I am now saying no and I have the capability of saying no, they slowly and steadily quit asking me, which is great because I don't want to cover your shift 24/7. The same goes for your boss. If you have a day off and your boss sees that and your boss needs that shift covered, but you want to enjoy your day off, say no in a polite way. Just, "I'm sorry I got the day off, but we're understaffed. Not my fucking problem. Bye-bye." It is you versus you. Fuck everyone else, but seek guidance when you need it. Take care.